This is Terrance of Terrance Hill TV. I want to thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Terrance Hill TV, presented to you by WTV over the digital airways of YouTube. Yes, WTV, epic, elevate the vision. Let's do it.
Well, I hope you are ready for epic elevation. WETV.
Say no more, go get the bag, go get the cake, go get the cheese, and say no more. Say no more, say no more. Say no more.
What's going on, y'all? This is Terrance. I want to welcome you to another edition of Terrance Hill TV, presented to you by WTV over the digital airways of YouTube. We are also streaming on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, a couple spots. So, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in to this particular episode. Today, we're here to react to Drake. He has a brand new music video and song out called What Did I Miss? Off of his upcoming album. I think it's supposed to be called Iceman. So we be on the lookout for that. Before we get into Drake's video reaction, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well to be notified whenever new content is uploaded. Check out the community section where you guys can vote on polls and friendly debates. Let your voices be heard there. The latest one is the GOAT. Between Prince and Michael Jackson, you know who I'm going with over my shoulder, Prince. Like I said, it's just friendly debates. I mean, I love Mike as well, but obviously Prince is my guy. And we have a product and community, a product section where you guys can order some merch and support the channel as well. All right. Right now, it is all about Drizzy. What did I miss? Let's check it out.
I don't give a fuck if you love me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. Asking me how did it feel? Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you niggas was standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around pussies who try me? Let's go.
Okay, he says, I don't give a F if you love me. I don't give a F if you like me. Asking me how do I feel? Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you ninjas were standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around ussies who try me? Let's go. Look, if you're a Drake fan, I know sometimes it may come across like I'm a Drake hater. I'm not. I like Drake. My favorite Drake album is Nothing Was the Same. I love that album. I love the EP that he put out, not the album version, but he had an EP of what's the name of this album? Let me find this thing right quick. Was it Take? No, it wasn't Take Care. So Far Gone, the EP. I love that EP. Okay, it's like 7 songs on it. I love that EP. So I'm not a Drake hater, but just sometimes he says things that just kind of confuse me. And, kind of like in the chorus, it sounds like he's mad at some of the people who hung with Kendrick and kind of like how things went in the beef last year. Now, in Kendrick's third verse on Not Like Us, how he talked about kind of calling Drake a colonizer and saying that he got around these Atlanta guys to get hype and all that. And then Drake is saying, you know, how does it feel? Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you ninjas were standing beside me. To me, I think both parties benefited. You know, some of those guys who got features from Drake, they benefited. Drake benefited from their fan base. So I don't know how it could come off like he's a victim. I think both parties benefited, but that's just my interpretation of it. As far as the Kendrick thing goes, I mean, why can't somebody like both people? You know, like, you know, how we always have this LeBron and Jordan debate. Why can't we just like both? If you put a gun, I mean, you don't have to put a gun to my head. LeBron is my GOAT. But again, if people, you know, but you can like both people. You can like LeBron and Kobe. That's not a crime. You can like Drake and you can like Kendrick. Like, that's not a crime if you like both artists. But somehow we get into when we have these debates, and that's why I say in my community section, they're friendly debates because I love Michael Jackson. I love Mike and I love Prince, but Prince is my GOAT. But that don't mean I gotta dump on Mike and say negative stuff about him. No, I love Michael Jackson. I just don't think he's better than Prince, but that doesn't mean that I don't love Michael, you know?
What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Let's go. I'm whipping around on like 600 acres. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You niggas should better not ask for no favor. Let's go.
Okay, I'm whipping around on like 600 acres. Okay, let's go. Let's go. You ninjas just better not ask for no favors. So I guess he's saying that, you know, people kind of didn't stand by him in the beef or whatever, but he's got a right to feel the way he feels. I've been to Toronto before, so 600 acres, that's a lot of land, man.
Let's go. I'm whipping around on like 600 acres. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You niggas should better not ask for no favor. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's love for my brothers and debt to a traitor. Let's go. She might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Let's go.
All right, it's love for my brothers and death to a traitor. Let's go. She might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Let's go. Okay. I've heard some people say it seems like he's taking some shots at LeBron on this song. So I'm going to listen to the bars and see what he's talking about. I was working last night, so I only heard maybe a few minutes of the live stream that he did last night. But you know, let's check it out.
She might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Let's go. Her ass is all natty like Florida Gator. Let's go.
Her ass all natty like Florida Gator. That's funny.
Her ass is all natty like Florida Gator. Let's go. You switch on the guys and supported a hater. Let's go. What's the get back for niggas is TBD. I look at this shit like a BTC. Could be down this week, then I'm up next week. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, he said, you switched on the guys and supported a hater. Let's go. What's the get back for ninjas is TBD. I look at this like BTC. Could be down this week, then I'm up next week. Yeah, I mean, yeah, people careers have these ups and downs, and the longer you do music, and Eminem warned Drake about this, that fans were going to turn on him. Like Eminem went through this stretch where people was trying to dump on him and, you know, call his music trash, which I've never been a person that subscribed to that type of nonsense. But that's how fans are. Fans are fickle, and sometimes they, you know, I mean, that you have the right to not like something that people are putting out or whatever, but you're definitely going to go through ups and downs in your career. Now, when he says you switched on the guys and supported a hater, who is he talking about? You let me know in the comment section. Who is he talking about? If he's dressing LeBron for liking Kendrick, again, why does LeBron? I think LeBron is always like Kendrick. So what's the point? And now you're trying to say because y'all were brothers or whatever that you felt like LeBron. But look, that's your issue. You know, like for me, if I'm friends with somebody and the person that I'm friends with, they got issues with somebody that I'm cool with, that's their business. That's not mine. You know, I got nothing to do with that. So I don't roll that way. Some people may roll differently. Like, hey, if you're my friend, you got to support me. But hell, you may be wrong. So I'm not getting in the middle of that. Like, handle your handle. These are two grown men. Y'all handle y'all business or whatever. Like, LeBron was I remember when the the Cavs was playing the Raptors, and when the Raptors had won a game, Drake out there clapping and stuff like that. Y'all were friends then. You wanted your team to win, and LeBron had to go through the Raptors, which he did pretty easily to get to the finals or whatever. Were you rocking for the Cavs? No, you was rocking with the Raptors or whatever. So I don't see what the big deal is, like, why can't LeBron be friends with Kendrick or like Kendrick's music, if that's the issue,
I look at this shit like a BTC. Could be down this week and I'm up next week. I don't give a fuck if you love me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. Asking me how did it feel. Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you niggas.
Now, what's the whole thing with the guns on the ground? He's trying to declare war, or what is he saying right here with the guns? Like I say, I like Drake, but I'm not like a Drake stan. So I don't, maybe someone who is, please put in the comment section and educate me. What is he talking about? Send a super chat or something and let me know exactly what the hell is he talking about right here with the guns.
Was standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around pussies who try me? Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Let's go. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Drake still doing these off rhythm dances and stuff. It's crazy.
Let's go. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Yeah. Niggas get punched in the face with some TLC shit on the dead guys. Some TLC shit, cause my nigga, you gon' need a chili ice pack for your left eye.
I like that bar. You ninjas, you ninjas get punched in the face and some TLCS on the dead guy, some TLCS, cause my ninja, you're gonna need a chili eye pack for your left eye. Okay, you're gonna need a chili ice pack for your left eye. That's pretty clever, it's pretty clever. Look, 40, the guy who mixes Drake music, he does a good job mixing his stuff, man. He does, and a lot of the beat switches and stuff like that. It's pretty clever.
On the dead guys, some TLC shit, cause my nigga, you gon' need a chili ice pack for your left eye. I'm back in your city tonight, walking around my head high. I saw bro end up pop out with them, but been dick riding gang since headlines.
Yeah, okay, this is the bar here, right? It's law for my brothers and death to a traitor. We talked about that already. All right, now he says, I'm back in your city tonight, walking around with my head high. Okay, I saw bro and went to pop out with them. All right, but then D-Rod gained since headlines. So it seems like here he's kind of throwing shots at LeBron.
Night, walking around my head high. I saw bro end up pop out with them, but been dick riding gang since headlines. It feels like nobody's there until you start giving out two tones. And nobody cares until they're in front of your tombstone.
Okay. He said, it feels like nobody's there until you start giving out two tones. And nobody cares until they're in front of your tombstone. So, I don't know. Is Drake hurt because of he felt like a lot of people that were supporters of his, started supporting Kendrick. But here's the thing though. If you listen to a lot of people's bars, they talk about other rappers being ice cold and stuff like that. So you put that energy out about somebody fell off or telling people that their music was whatever. So then when it happens to you, you can't feel like a victim. So I'm not saying the song isn't hot a little bit, but I just don't understand like how he feels like a victim, where he threw out some shots to a lot of artists and stuff like that. And like I say, all artists go through these types of phases. Eminem and Nas are my goats. And when Jay-Z put the Takeover out, a lot of folks were saying Nas was done, it was over with. Some people didn't feel so high about Nostradamus at the time. Nas's mother had passed away, so a lot of people had wrote Nas off. And then we took Jay-Z's head off with Ether and the real what's that one on Godson? Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. He's just nice. He just sliced like a Ginsu. Look at the life that I've been through. I'm the last real ninja alive. That's official. So that song, and all these other freestyles and stuff, when he was going after Jay-Z's people and taking their heads off left and right or whatever. Now everybody's back, saying Nas is hot. And most people, acknowledge that Nas won that particular battle or whatever, so, but Nas didn't go around feeling like a victim or whatever. He just did it in the music or whatever. So that's just my opinion or whatever.
Ryan Gangsta's headlines. It feels like nobody's there until you start giving out two tones. And nobody cares until they're in front of your tombstone. Y'all been on that type of timing for too long. Iceman, Tiffany, Bluestones. I done made plenty shit right out of two wrong shit. Let's go.
Okay, I done made plenty S right out of two wrongs. It's pretty hard, bar. Now, is this the watch? Because I know him and LeBron had exchanged watches one time. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not getting caught up in two men having, both these guys are rich or whatever. I ain't got no dog in the fight. But LeBron is my guy when it comes to basketball, but I don't know what his relationship with Drake is,
Man, Tiffany, Bluestones, I done made plenty shit right out of two wrong shit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. What did I miss?
Drake is stripping with these dances, man. Lord have mercy.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. What did I miss? When I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all, making sure I was with Hitman. What did I miss?
Okay. What did I miss? When I was looking out, when I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all. Now, here's one thing I will say in Drake's defense. Now, I don't know how the splits and percentages were. Now, I would get it if he's doing like some free stuff for people or whatever. That may be one thing. That's something I do have to take into account. He could have did some favors for people or whatever. But again, the stuff that Kendrick was saying was like so. Nobody wants to be associated with that if that is found to be true or whatever as well. So it's kind of like. How many besides Kanye, how many famous people showed up to Diddy's trial? Like as a man, you got to handle your handle, right? You find that out that not a lot of people are going to be with you when stuff like really goes down or whatever, So that's just something that you deal with as a man or whatever. I get it. Sometimes I feel like, I'm very supportive of people that's not supportive of me. But so I get it. You got the right to feel a little emotional sometimes, but I just think, prove it in the music or whatever,
When you was all in my crib, looking at hoes, word for word at all of the shows, you always felt like this, man. What did I miss?
Okay, what's this right here? Okay, Iceman 416. Look, I know there's people who are very good at breaking down stuff or whatever. Let me know what this stuff means. I don't know. I just think we have an album coming real soon or whatever. And look, the stuff he did with Party Next Door, it's some joints on there that I liked or whatever. I didn't love that album, but there were a couple songs on there I thought was pretty good.
He's all growing.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good record. Like I say, I just have to kind of evaluate a little bit what he's talking about. That again, I just think, and the reason I kind of, when you're one of the best people, that's why we, Eminem fans, listen to him the way they do, and that's why he goes as hard with the pen as he does because of what he's put out. He knows that he has to top or equal the stuff that he's done before, right? Well, Nas can't put out any BS. So when you're great, you've reached a point where the fans don't accept anything mediocre from you. You have to, right? LeBron or Steph Curry, people like that, they got to make the playoffs at least, right? So that's all we're doing. Nobody's trying to dump on Drake or whatever, just saying, but he's got to put out good quality of music because he's reached that point in his career where that's what is expected of him or whatever, right? But most artists, 9 times out of 10, most people at some point, you're going to reach some point of criticism or the fans, because you've been doing this for a long time, right? And so many new people that's coming or whatever. So you got to stay on top of your game or whatever. But some sexy songs for you with him and Party Next Door. Like I said, there's a couple joints on there I thought was pretty good. Give Me a Hug, Brian Steele, and Nokia, I thought were pretty good records. Yeah, I mean, actually they were good records. The only thing about the Give Me a Hug record, just that sample at the end is hot, but I don't think he should have did it. And I'll give a reason for another time or whatever. But I think a lot of artists sometimes, your camp and the people around you don't need to be yes men, and sometimes can speak up and say certain things that could help you or whatever. I was just watching The Irishman for the second time, and normally a Martin Scorsese movie like Casino, Goodfellas, um, what's the other one? The Departed. I've seen these movies 100 times. So The Irishman, though, is 3 hours and 26 minutes, I think. Well, I've seen that one twice, so I'm trying to watch that one a little bit more and more to, like I normally do with Martin Scorsese movies. But I remember one of the scenes with Al Pacino, who was played Hoffa in the movie. He couldn't be told nothing, no matter how many times De Niro was trying to tell him, hey, we can't, you can't do this, or it's time to kind of retire and get out. Joe Pesci tried to warn him. He wouldn't listen. He just didn't listen, no matter how many times he tried to tell him. And I think sometimes it's artist problems, like they don't listen to the camps and people around them that could, that really love and care about them and tries to help them with certain things, whatever. But it's just my 2 cents. Before we get out of here, those who want to follow me on other social media sites, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, and what else? Snapchat. You can find me at I'm in the Hills. Again, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, X, formerly known as Twitter, and TikTok, all at I'm in the Hills. Those who want to donate to our efforts, the Cash App and Venmo or both, I'm in the Hills. You're watching us on YouTube, you can send in a super chat. I have 2 websites, www.doubletv.com. That's with 2 E's. That stands for Epic Elevate the Vision, which is my production company. And also check out www.terrancehill.com as well. Connect with me on all social media platforms. But yeah, Drizzy, they say he has this new album that's coming real soon called Ice Man. So we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. This year for albums, for hip hop, it's been a little slower than I anticipated. I mean, the albums that stand out to me this year, Nims is Nims American Sweetheart, and he also has a deluxe version as well. Snoop Dogg, Is It a Crime? Exhibit, Kingmaker. Russ has a great album. I've been listening to that a lot lately, called Wild. What else? Benny the Butcher. Excelsior. I would also say Page Kennedy. I like his album. Slick Rick, Victory. It's a great album. And it starts getting kind of thin after that. I did say Exhibit, right? Kingmaker. But yeah, just this year so far, it just hasn't like blew my socks off as far as like some of the projects. So I'm hoping that it kind of picks up as the year goes on. I'm hoping we get something new from Kendrick. I mean, not Kendrick, but J. Cole. Kendrick may come with something new, but I hope we get something from J. Cole this year. I know Nas and Premier, that's the album I'm waiting on more than anything. Raekwon is coming in a couple weeks. Ghostface Killah is supposed to be dropping a new album. So, yeah, it's a lot of projects that we look forward to, but I just hope it kind of picks up because I just think this year, this year has just been just so on some of the projects this year. But the ones I named are like my highlights for the year. Really appreciate you guys for tuning into this edition of Terrance Hill TV. In the comment section, let me know what did you think of this song and video by Drake. Like I said, I saw about 10 minutes of the stream last night. I know a lot of his fans were excited to get the announcement about the new album. I know he was driving around in the truck promoting the album and everything. And I think that was a genius idea. And the video, and like I say, the song is cool. I like the song. I just, some of what he's talking about, I don't know if I necessarily agree with him, but I do think the song is pretty cool. Let me know what you think of it. Also, let me know where you're watching us from, what part of the country, here in America, or you're overseas watching us. Definitely rep where you're from. And what is your favorite Drake album? Like I say, for me, it's not even close. Like Nothing Was the Same is my favorite Drake album. And I love the So Far EP as well. One of my favorite songs by Drake is what's that songs with him, Bun B, and Lil Wayne. It's called Well, I love The Calm. The Calm is hot. But man, it's a song with Bun B, Drake. Hold on. Drake. Because the beat on it has like this organ that's going. Is it Uptown? No, it's not Uptown. Hold on. Yeah, it's Uptown. Man, that song is fire. Yeah, it's Bun B and Lil Wayne and Drake. Uptown. That song is hot, man. So, like I said, Drake definitely has bangers, man. So I don't want any Drake fans to think that this channel is just here to always dump on Drake. That's not the case. But there's criticism as well. But I do think he makes some good music. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well. Those who want to donate to this channel, the Cash App and Venmo are both. I'm in the hills. Also, you can send a super chat as well. Let me know what else you guys want me to react to and check out. But I'm begging you guys to check out Russ' album. It's called Wild. It's very, very good. All right. Really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.
I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it.